What if Earth got closer to the Sun? Every year, our planet flies around the Sun in an elliptical orbit that's slightly tilted on its axis. But what would happen if the Earth started orbiting closer to the Sun? Let's find out. Earth's orbit is about 147 million miles from the Sun. NASA scientists have detected that the Earth's orbit is gradually shifting closer to the Sun. It might seem like a small change, but it's enough for us to notice some significant changes here on Earth. The Earth receives energy from the Sun in the form of radiation. The closer the Earth is to the Sun, the more radiation it receives, which means that global temperatures will rise. And while some parts of the world might benefit from this, others won't be so lucky. If the Earth's orbit brought us closer to the Sun, droughts would become more common in many regions. The southwestern United States and northern Mexico already suffer from regular droughts, and this problem could easily become much worse. There are two main reasons for this. First, as the Earth gets closer to the Sun, the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere will increase. This leads to more cloud cover and therefore less sunlight reaching the ground. Second, higher temperatures will lead to more evaporation, which will, as the Earth gets closer to the Sun, the temperature on the Earth's surface will also increase, leading to more wildfires. Hotter and drier weather will provide the perfect conditions for wildfires to spread. And in areas like California, which have already experienced some of the worst wildfires in history, this could be catastrophic. In fact, climate scientists predict that the area affected by wildfires will double by the end of the century. Not only will this cause significant damage to property and wildlife, but it will also release huge amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which will accelerate climate change. The rising sea levels caused by melting glaciers and ice sheets will also impact millions of people living in coastal areas. As the Earth gets closer to the Sun, the temperature on the Earth's surface will increase, leading to more melting of the polar ice caps. This will result in higher sea levels, which will flood low-lying coastal areas and force people to migrate inland. Many coastal cities such as New York, Miami, and Los Angeles will be particularly affected. But it's not just the environment that will suffer. Humans will also struggle to cope with the heat. Heat waves are already a common occurrence during summer in many parts of the world, and these are likely to become more frequent and intense. During a heat wave, the temperature in a particular region remains high for several days or even weeks, leading to a significant increase in the number of heat-related illnesses and deaths. The elderly, children, and people with chronic medical conditions are particularly vulnerable during heat waves. Heat waves can also put a strain on the power grid as people use air conditioning to try to stay cool, leading to blackouts and power outages. In addition to the direct effects of the heat, there will also be indirect consequences for human health. For example, as the Earth gets closer to the Sun, there will be more droughts and wildfires, which will lead to the release of harmful pollutants into the air. These pollutants can cause respiratory problems and other health issues, particularly in people with asthma or other respiratory conditions. Additionally, the changing climate will also affect the spread of infectious diseases. As temperatures rise, the range of some infectious diseases will expand, leading to more cases in new areas. For example, the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which transmits diseases such as Zika virus and dengue fever, is currently found in tropical and subtropical regions. But as the Earth gets closer to the Sun and temperatures rise, this mosquito could spread to new areas, leading to outbreaks of these diseases in places where they were previously unknown. It's not just our health that will be affected. Our food supply will also be at risk as agricultural yields are likely to decline. As the Earth gets closer to the Sun, the higher temperatures will lead to changes in precipitation patterns, which will affect crop yields. Some regions may experience more rain and become more suitable for growing crops, while others may become drier and less hospitable for agriculture. This could lead to food shortages and price increases, which will impact people all over the world. To understand the full impact of the Earth getting closer to the Sun, we must consider the effects on the entire biosphere. As temperatures rise and weather patterns change, many species will struggle to survive. Some animals may not be able to adapt to the new conditions and could go extinct. Others may migrate to new areas in search of more suitable habitats. This will disrupt the balance of ecosystems and could lead to the collapse of some food chains. If the Earth were to get closer to the Sun, the length of our days would change. As the Earth gets closer to the Sun, the length of our days will change due to two factors. First, the Earth's orbit will be shorter, meaning that it will take less time for the Earth to complete one revolution around the Sun. Second, the gravitational pull of the Sun will be stronger as the Earth gets closer, which will cause the Earth to spin faster on its axis. Both of these factors will result in shorter days. According to NASA, if the Earth were to get closer to the Sun, each day would be about 22 minutes shorter than it is now. This change may seem small, but it would have significant impacts on our daily lives. For example, sunrise and sunset times would change, which would affect the timing of many natural processes, such as photosynthesis and animal migration. It would also have implications for agriculture, transportation, and even our sleep cycles. The effects of the Earth getting closer to the Sun would be felt worldwide, but some regions would be hit harder than others. For example, countries located closer to the equator would experience more extreme temperatures and weather events such as hurricanes and typhoons. On the other hand, countries located farther away from the equator may experience less extreme weather, but would still face challenges such as droughts and wildfires. One of the most significant impacts of the Earth getting closer to the Sun would be the effect on the global economy. As agricultural yields decline, food prices would rise, leading to food insecurity in many parts of the world. The cost of air conditioning and other climate-related expenses would also increase, putting a strain on household budgets. Additionally, the damage caused by extreme weather events such as floods, droughts, and wildfires would result in billions of dollars in economic losses. If the Earth were to get closer to the Sun, it would also have profound implications for geopolitics. As resources become scarcer and conflicts over water and land intensify, we could see new alliances and rivalries emerge. Countries that are currently stable may face political instability and conflict as citizens struggle to cope with the effects of climate change. It's important to note that the effects of the Earth getting closer to the Sun wouldn't be immediate. It would be a gradual process that would occur over thousands of years. However, even over a long time frame, the changes would be significant and far-reaching. So what would be the solution to this problem? Unfortunately, there is no easy solution to prevent the Earth from getting closer to the Sun. It is a natural phenomenon that has occurred throughout the history of our solar system, and it is beyond our control. The best we can do is to monitor the situation closely and make adjustments to our lifestyle and infrastructure to mitigate the negative impacts of the changing climate. In conclusion, the idea of the Earth getting closer to the Sun may seem like a distant and unlikely scenario, but it is a real possibility that has been predicted by NASA scientists. While some regions may benefit from the increased temperatures and more energy from the Sun, the negative impacts of droughts, wildfires, rising sea levels, and more frequent extreme weather events would be felt worldwide. It is crucial that we take action now to address the challenges posed by climate change and ensure a sustainable future for our planet. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this topic? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you later.